Now let's go over calling a void method. So, as we said earlier, methods are used to modify attributes, right? An object has methods that can be used to modify its attributes. What does a void method do? Well, the word is kind of telling. Like if you think of a void, there's nothing coming out of a void. It's nothing there. So you can kind of use that to remember that what it actually means in a programming context, which is that it's not going to a method that will not return anything. So let's look at some void methods in action. So as you can see in this main.java file, when instantiating the current location object, which is of the point class, right here, this is how we can call a method. We use this dot operator on an object to call any of its methods. So whenever you want to call a method, let's say there's a new imaginary method of the point class that I make up, and it's called hello. I'd call it like this. I use the name of the object. I use the dot operator, dot, to signify that I want to use a method that's available in this object. And then I'm going to use hello. A pair of curly braces. For now, we're going to leave them empty, but they can also have arguments inside of them that we can pass in. But for now, we're going to leave them empty. And then we have a semicolon, like all statements in Java. So this is how I'd call a method called hello, which has no arguments for the time being. Now let's look at this. We're doing the same thing here, but the method is called makeAnnouncement, right? We can tell this it's a method because it comes after a dot, which is preceded by an object. And then it has two parentheses right after it. So let's see what this method actually does. Let's go over to the point.java file, where we have a point class, just like last time, and we see there's this new method that's appeared here, and it's called makeAnnouncement. What does this makeAnnouncement method do? First, let's look at the method again. We have the public keyword, and then we have the word void. This is the void we discussed earlier. We're basically telling Java that, hey, this method is not going to return you anything. It's not going to have a return statement. You could still do stuff inside, but you wouldn't want to return anything. Then we have the name of the method, two curly braces with no arguments. As we saw earlier, there are no arguments here and here. And a pair of curly braces, and this denotes whatever is inside the pair of curly braces will be executed by the program. What do we have inside the set of curly braces? Well, we have one statement, and it's a system.out.println line, which is basically we're going to print whatever's in the string to the console. So it's going to say, hey, I'm a void method. So whenever we say current location dot make announcement, pair of parentheses, semicolon, it's going to basically, every single time, print this statement. Hey, I'm a void method.